Now this is a bait. This is a bait and switch. Hobbit's position allows Yekindar a little bit of wiggle room here to start to really set this alight, and he's going to do just that. He puts down the Kinder. He gets the lighter out. Oh, Nafani's already made moves in. They didn't realize this. He's got one, but Yekindar stands his ground, makes a bit of a move. Knew his flashes were susceptible to landing on him, and Flit steps up with the... They can still spill out onto the site, and there's no escape. James wanted to pull a plug. I'm pretty sure he'd already called the save in this game.
Okay.
And Axel's like, yeah, do you know what? I'm not content with a couple kills. I want to add myself with
Army on the A-bomb side.
Oh, the flash is so good, though. He may be alone, but he has the support from his teammates. And a big miss there on Shiro. Inters finally shows his hand from Palace, but it could be too little too late. There's more frags come out through mid. 17 seconds, Shiro will have enough time for the plant, and he won't be pushed down because the remaining CTs are clumped together through on jungle. And importantly, they've dealt with Hobbit. Shiro, though, is still alive, still in the fight. And Molotov will cordon off the connector peek into the stairs, and now he's going to try and peek behind that. The timing, though, is so brutal. 35 seconds left, and Cloud9 starting to push onto the site. They still need to dethrone Kickert, who's put his position on Tetris and makes this a tentative task. Kickert and Buster. Kickert's position still hasn't been spotted. Mac-10 goes in first. Now they know. Headshot does connect, so Kickert may be living on borrowed time, and Shiro has had a lot of opportunities in this, but hasn't capitalized on any of them just yet. Could be going down, and indeed he shall to Kickert's hands. The weakened player is now finished off 2-on-2. 18 seconds, and James is still a thorn in the side, a pain in the backside of Cloud9. 10 seconds to go. They're going to force the bomb down, and Jungle didn't quite have the impact it was hoping for, but James has stayed alive for so long. He's still in with a shot, but now the change of tides comes in. His teammates have all fallen around him, and he now needs to be the aggressor with the AWP. And Inters will capitalize as he comes out into the open. A very scrappy round again, but Cloud9 draw it back.
Play coming in towards A. We haven't seen this that often, and they're getting shut down here. What a spray from Kickert, finding 2 kills. However, he will eventually fall from well-placed nade from Axel. 2v3 here. Still player advantage for the side of Outsiders, as Shiro looking to bring this one back, but he will eventually fall as well. This is so rough for the player inside of jungle. That is Flit. He's going to be found from both the sides. Shiro doesn't check him though, and somehow Flit is still alive. Finally, he will be found by Nafany, and that's going to be the focus of the CTs. As Indra just comes running out of the smoke, and James is going to find an easy shot. Kicker's going to chip in with a couple of his own, and it's all fallen apart for Cloud9.
Man, Kickert right now is the nemesis of Cloud9. He is...
But they haven't seen the C4 yet. Now, the C4 can be retrieved by his team, but this Hobbit is just toying with Yekindar. He's aware of Buster, just sort of running up towards bench as well. And Hobbit, for how long? How much longer can he stay alive is the question. As Shiro finds Yekindar, the P250, dealing the pain. It's a 3v2. 30 seconds, though. They need to get the bomb down. This is so uncomfortable for Outsiders.
No, not like this, Outsiders. You surely can't lose this round. Inters now down to 20 HP, 25 seconds left, and Shiro's got his third, and he's still at 100% of his hit points. Buster, 29 to his name, finds both players. There's one, but Shiro's picked up a 4K. As his AWP has already sung once, but he's been forced out. That utility is so good. It may not end up mattering though, but Inters is keeping this round just about alive by the slimmest of margins. 2 market players, and now Inters is doing damage on the approach. Big headshot, but it's down to Kickert again. He's been a nuisance, a nemesis on A, but can now come full circle. He may have just been spotted. Half the fuse is left, and Kickert has been eradicated from Shiro. Entirely, Outsiders are up to the task, and now Kickert with a 5-7 is going to put down some more frags. Shiro low, Axel and Hobbit still alive, but they find themselves a player behind to make that 2. Yekindar from CT box makes this an even taller task ahead, and there's also a flank in. The long con all the way around the back from Buster. Yekindar may not require that though. He kicks off the round with the aggression in middle, comes full circle. He may go down, but surely he's done enough because Shiro on 13 HP is about to get swung in onto Buster. 1 bullet anywhere on Shiro's person, and this round, this half is done. And there it is, Buster with the overkill, the execution shot.
Oh, he's in a bit of a rat position here, Vince. The dualies from this position could ruin their day. He clicks his guns together, and here comes the hit.
Here it comes, but the flash is so good, it fully blinds him. All of that build-up and nothing in return. Inters with 1 is going to add to that mark and spills the bomb down. Axel also joins the party, and Inters with his 3rd. You discussed before, you don't expect him to be landing 30s. But now Axel around the back of them. He could be getting multiple frags here. There's one, and a second as well. That spills the bomb down, and all he has to do is stay alive. The chaos, the interference, the interplay. Yeah, this normally would be the classic Jame time moment. But they're going to go in. The C player on Tall Booth, nice frag. They have Buster, 2 kills back to back. No player from the CT can stop this bomb plan. They have the cross covered from Catwalk, but it's now been smoked. So Jame picking up the pace. This is more like it. But Inters bypasses the smoke, spots the head briefly of Buster, and they have the second contingent in the form of the CT boxes, and Shiro's going to show his hand, but there's Jame, a 2v4 clutch, much better from outsiders. Snatches the life out, Jame shuts him down in the back, and Shiro smokes himself into close proximity. This is getting uncomfortable, Jame getting aggressive again and getting so much reward for it. Good spray from Kickert, leaving Axile alone. And they need to. Time is starting to run dry. No one's on the CT side. We don't have anyone in Shadow either. Really important moment. And Hobbit's going to pass with flying colors. Not just that, though. He's able to relocate and reposition back into Connector before coming back out into the open. Flit's got himself 1 kill, though. So chaotic. Nafani finds him, deals the fatal damage, can now trade across as well. But all of this was a ruse. All of it was a bait for this B play. And with 15 seconds, Jame is nowhere near close enough to go for the plant. So can they have the impact? They've at least brute forced their way onto the site, but Shiro now is going to get put down by Kickert. That was their chance. Hobbit now shows his hand from the firebox. Bombs can drop down on Tetris, and Hobbit passes yet another couple of tests. He is just on fire right now in this round. Drop down about 15 HP. He won't... Oh my god, Yakinda. I was about to say he won't live to tell the tale, but he proves me completely wrong. Carves a path through the head. Are you serious? That is massive. And Kicker gets the better of Hobbit, who has a really lapsed spray. So they're instantly going for that rotation or play. Incendiary tossed into the Palace. They're going to be coming around the corner. Nafani just has a Famasto, but that Molly isn't going to extend. He should be getting kills. There's one, but only one, while Kickert's attention is elsewhere. 3 kills go the way of outsiders. Oh, it was so scrappy. If Nafani's aim was just crisp there, he gets both. Instead, it's down to Axile and Inters. Inters has bypassed the smoke. That could give him the benefit of taking down Kickert, who is low and finished off from that nade. He was also spammed up through the box from Catwalk at the same time. So great teamwork, but considering Axile's low percent on his health bar, just 1 stray bullet and he's gone. Thus, he picks up the AWP, trying to bait out the shot for his Inters to come in instead. But Jame finds him, nails it, puts it down. Inters with the spray good for 1. Probably not anticipating both players to be here, but Inters not punished on the cross. Buster misses his chance, but the time is so low. Although there is a kit, Inters can get the frag. Things are starting to get a little bit uncomfortable, and Axile now from the triple box will finish off a weakened Kicker. He may get sprayed down from a couple players pushing onto the site, but Shiro is still alive. Up on the staircase, 10 seconds to play with. Shiro with the spray takes down Flit, and now they just need to stay alive. There's not enough time for the plant, and Shiro will punish them. Nafani will be isolated from his teammates, but Shiro from the toll booth collects. And it'll be Yakinda that pays the price. Basically completely free. He's gone back up to the top again. Jame may have bypassed his location, though. He's in sandwich. And that could be a key moment in this round, but Hobbit with 2 as Jame watches. Yes, he may collect the life of Hobbit, but it's too little too late. And now Jame joined by Kickert. They've got to stave the onslaught of 4 players, and Shiro proving he can do it with the rifle, he can do it with the AWP, and Nafani will seal the deal. 16-12 to Cloud9, but they had to work for that game.
They had to work for that game. Some pretty shaky rounds here and there. Outsiders pulling off. That 2v4 comes to mind where James just stole it away. For Outsiders, it felt like, you can see on the T side as well, that there were some issues, like they didn't really go from early map control for a number of the rounds initially. They were heavily just kind of like grouped up towards the B bomb side, towards A, and once the plan A doesn't quite pan out, they don't really seem to have a plan B, and they have to just keep on committing to those plays. So good game overall coming out from Cloud9. Bear in mind, this is their first matchup in over, I think, 2 or 3 weeks thus far. We had some question marks. We're like, will they be warmed up enough? You know, will they be ready? Because obviously Outsiders have been playing non-stop since the Challenger stage as well. And they showed signs of life. I mean, they're still a very dangerous team. And I gotta say, if they hadn't gone up against the might of this Cloud9 roster, against maybe some lesser teams,